All right, so I want you guys to go back in time with me, back in, well, Philadelphia, where I was born and raised. All right, sorry, I couldn't help myself there. All right, so when I first got started in firearms, I was around 17 years old. Had really one of my first range experiences with an expert when I turned 18, and from then on I was hooked. I found every instructor that I could and learned as much as I could. When I got my first carry gun, it was a Glock 19, and it was bone stock, bone dry. There was nothing on it, and I carried it for a while, just like that. So these are some enhancements or some gear that you can place on your firearm that I wish I would have known about right out of the gate, that helped kind of round out and enhance my skills throughout my firearms career. So the first one is a red dot. Now you guys have heard me talk about a red dot before. In my opinion, what the red dot does is it accelerates the fundamental learning skills that you need in order to place your shot where you need it to be. And with the red dot as well, I feel like it translates over to iron sights as well. And it was just one of those things that, man, I was resistant to it at first when they got really popular. I was like, man, I'm good. I can shoot with my iron sights. It's okay. But then once I actually got into the red dot world, I was like, dude, this is incredible. And like I said, it just kind of rounded out my skills. It helped me with more of a consistent presentation, helped me more with my grip. And I really love this thing. So now pretty much all of my guns have red dots, and it's one of my go-to items to have on your firearm. Next, we're going to move to grip enhancers. Man, let me tell you what, for me, grip is probably one of those single most important things that you can get right and master on your firearm. If you do not have a consistent grip, then the rest of your shooting just kind of falls off. So grip enhancers like Handle It grips, man, they have grips for just about every firearm that you can think of. And what it does, it just allows you to get more of a bite on the gun. The gun doesn't move around a whole lot in your hands whenever you're shooting it. And for those of you guys that shoot consistently, you understand that a proper grip, a solid grip, allows you to stay more consistent, which means your shooting stays more consistent. So Handle It grips, you guys check those guys out. Next, we are going to move to the magwell. Now, what I really like about the magwell is it just kind of smooths out your reloads. So especially under stress, or maybe you're in a competition or something like that, and maybe you kind of fumble your magazine insert, what this does is just kind of, it's more forgiving and allows you to smooth out that reload, and it just kind of winds that magazine into where it needs to go. So less mistakes on that part. So I really appreciate magwells. I don't have magwells on every single one of my firearms, but especially for competitions, I love a magwell. It's my go-to there. Okay, moving on. Next, we have a flat-faced trigger shoe. Now, for me, flat-faced trigger shoe, I think promotes a more consistent finger placement. This one is by Apex Tactical. You can get these here at GRITR or online, up to you. But like I said, it promotes more of a consistent finger placement on it, and it's got a little bit more of a cleaner break. Now you can replace your whole entire trigger system or just the trigger shoe. For a while I was just replacing my trigger shoes just because I didn't want to mess with any internals or reliability things inside of the gun, so I just got the trigger shoes. But then after a while I started playing around with the whole system, and I really appreciate flat face trigger shoes. And last but not least, we have a weapon light. Okay, now this one is our GRITR light. You can get this in store. It's like 98 bucks. It's super affordable, guys. Check this one out. And let's just be completely clear. If you can't see what you're shooting at, well, then you can't shoot. So having the ability in low light situations to actually positively ID your target, it's a no-brainer. Get a weapon light. If you're walking around at some point in time, you're going to end up in dark environments. this is it. Unless you just want to carry around a flashlight with you, if that's what you want to do, go for it. But on top of that, it adds a little bit of weight to the front end. Kind of helps reduce some of that muzzle rise. Some people think that's a placebo. I think it actually has some relevance to it. So, you know, it's up to you what you do with that. But weapon lights, I think, are a must if you are walking around in the nighttime, which all of us end up doing eventually. So, guys, those are my recommendations for gear that you should probably put on your firearm at some point in time. Now, as your firearm journey progresses, there are things that you are going to like and not like, and vice versa. You may have some of your own suggestions. If you do, please put them in the comments. Let everybody else know what you're using. Maybe you're gonna help somebody else out. And make sure you guys are following us on all of our socials, YouTube, Instagram. Like, comment, subscribe, hit us up, let us know what you're doing, and we will catch you on the next one.